Well, here we are on the corner of Michigan Avenue and 21st Street. We're gonna go down to the end of the block and reach our destination. But the story that Muddy Waters talks about is after leaving the Stovall plantation, he wanted to come to Chicago mainly to record because he couldn't get any deals being stationed in Clarksdale, Mississippi. Sorry if it's a little dark, the screen's a little, get my finger out of the way. But Muddy tells a story of coming to Chicago to get a record deal. Specifically, the man knows what he wants. He knew what he wanted. So ultimately he did that. In 1943 he made his way to Chicago finally, but not directly. From my understanding, stopped off in St. Louis. You got to go to St. Louis before you come to Chicago. It tells a story, a musical story. St. Louis. Then he went back to Mississippi for a while, and then went to Chicago. And he went to Chicago mainly to get a record deal. And this is where he accomplished that record deal, here at Chess Records. But the first record deal didn't happen in 43 when he got here. He worked, as he talks about in his interviews, he was a truck driver delivering parts for the blinds, Venetian Blinds company. That was interesting. A little small truck, it says. And then later, the recordings came, 46, 47, with his first recording being Anime and Gypsy Woman. Dixon. You can see it well, right? Dixon, Blues Heaven Foundation. So, can't really see, but I this may be another vlog for a later date, Chess Records specifically. But imagine Muddy spent a lot of time here. Recording, Chess, producing Cork. We're in lockdown now, but tours, Chess. So, let's check out the plaque here. Chicago's pretty good about honoring people here. Putting up plaques in various locations. And every year they have concerts here. Blues Heaven, Willie Dixon. Unfortunately, being a musician, from Chicago, I've been able to play with musicians that recorded here or were sidemen with the headlining acts that were recorded here. I've been fortunate enough to play with Jimmy Tillman and Freddie Dixon, Willie Dixon's son, with the Chicago Blues All-Stars. So you still have guys who are still out here playing, who played or recorded at Chess Records and who've played alongside Muddy Waters, etc. You know, Muddy, like many in the South, he grew up in church. He started off playing the harmonica and later gravitated towards the guitar, more so acoustic guitar style of playing. And then later, he got an electric guitar and really opened things up for him. The blues and the electric guitar. And what he started was, it went on. You can hear it in Jimi Hendrix playing. So heading to Muddy Waters' home now. As a side note, the building across the street, well, what used to sit there, this building right here, was the Lexington Hotel. That was Al Capone's hotel. You might remember Geraldo Capone's vaults. That's where they opened the vaults of Al Capone. When the Lexington used to stand there. So, the story is, Chess Records had scouts out to fill their list of musicians and recording. And someone said, check out this guitarist. And the guitarist, I can't referred them to Muddy Waters. And Muddy Waters, that's how Muddy Waters came in to contact with Chess Records due to their scouts being out. Another side note, this building here that you see, that was one of the early White Castles. Kind of looks like a little mini castle. So I got hungry. I had to go through the drive-thru at the White Castles. Since you can't go in the White Castles, I am going to take my bike and go through the drive-thru. Because I really didn't want to go to Burger King. You know, in 1941, there was a government project going through the South and recording folk music, of which Muddy was a part of. That was in 1941. And this project that was run by the government, being his first recording, may have just given him the recording bug to want to do more, to record. Muddy's sound was influential in bringing the electric guitar to the blues genre of music. Born in Rolling Fork, Mississippi, and grew up in Clarksdale. Same place my grandmother lived, my mother's mother. Both of my parents were from Mississippi. So those holidays and summer vacations, I couldn't get out of going to Mississippi. But little did I know about the Delta and the blues that came out of that area. I had no idea until I was an adult. My grandmother lived about 1.5 miles, 2 miles from the Stovall plantation in which Muddy lived. One year when I was an adult, I remember going and visiting the Stovall plantation and then going to the Blues Museum in Clarksdale, which had a Muddy's cabin inside. But when I went there, unfortunately, it wasn't there because it had been taken on a tour with the Rolling Stones. But man, those years in Clarksdale, Mississippi, not really realizing that the greatest blues guitarist lived right there. Not just that, but also where 41 and Highway 49 and 61 intersect, the crossroads. I had no idea, and I was there like with my parents. So, just a little bit of interesting history for myself. Born in Rolling Fork, grew up in Clarksdale, Mississippi. Muddy Waters.